officially want to start our slow run. I want to teach you how to play chess at the beginner level. So we are going to start our slow run by playing some games at the 500 elo, but the lowest is 400 elo. So let's start. I think the internet is quite fast today. Okay. We're looking for our opponent. Okay, we've seen our opponent. So as black, yeah, we get our game aborted. Okay, next game. Okay, we get the white pieces, so we're going to play the queen's gambit, the queen's opening, the queen's opening. So play the queen's gambit or the pawn. So the queen's opening. So develops the knight, which attacks the center. Attacks the center. So I think I should develop so whenever you face stuff like this, just take the pawn. Take the pawn. Knight. Develop your knight. So yeah, this is attacking the pawn. This pawn. Actually, I'm supposed to defend it. I did not defend it. Oh, wow. Decides to trade up the knight. What's the buy odds? I'm coming. Sorry. 200. Come guys. So he decided to trade off his knights. So just play principal chess, develop the knight, the bishop out, bring the bishop out, and castle. So get pin. Then should we dislodge the pin? Yeah, I think so. Let's dislodge the pin. So give the knight, give the bishop for a knight, which I get the bishop here. So having the bishop here in chess is very, 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 very useful. So let's see what our opponent plays next. Okay, castles. So the next move I'm anticipating is rook to e8. That's why I played bishop to c2. Bishop to e2. So to block it so I can castle. Okay. Castle. open file. Anyhow, time you have the rook on the open file. Put the rook there. So yes, yes. Also, this is the move, but so we have this pin here. Although these knights can't come forward, dislodging the knights not to come forward is a very, very, very instructive. So this is like a preventive move. It's a preventive move. That means this knight has literally no square. The square can go to his this. So you have to play preventive moves. Although it's in the high advanced level of chess, but if you follow principle chess, you won't get destroyed. Okay. Get the pin. I think the network is acting funny again. The network is acting funny. That's not registered. Moving on to register. The move has not yet registered yet. The network is kind of dodgy. Okay, the move has been registered. So he resigned. What? I was so surprised. Why did he resign? Why did he resign? Well, there is nothing much to. We didn't even win the game, so let's start a new one. There's nothing to review in this game. Or should we review it? There's nothing because we didn't win the game. We just like resigned. Let's review the game. Let's review the game. Because I don't understand. I don't understand why he refused to resign, and why I say why he resigned at that moment.
You were
Why he resigned at that moment. So I don't even know. So start review. So takes. Instead of taking the free pawn, he didn't take the free pawn. Well, it's okay. Actually, that's a free pawn. Actually, I didn't even see that. No, he resigned. The position is just equal, kind of equal, but white is that. So let's play another game. Let's play another game. Let's play another game.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
you want to collect 10,000?
You don't have up to that one. So instead on that game, we are with the white pieces. So let's go e4. E4. Let me teach you an opening called the Vienna Gambit. Gambit the pawn this way, and you open the rook. You open the file for the rook. So put the two pawns in the center, and you're fine, and you're ahead of development. You don't really need to worry. It's just like in the what is it called, it in the Queen's Gambit. You don't really need to worry about that pawn. You don't really. This is quite bad for him because after takes, I take, and he can't castle. Yeah, he can't castle. This pawn is weak. He can't castle. So I'm going to get this pawn back. So and castle queenside. Yeah, and castle queenside with the check. He has to move. And knight b4, he can't come here and he's going to get fucked. Yeah, he's going to get fucked. So you have to like stop making technical mistakes. You see, he sacrificed the rook in one move. Oh, sorry. I think what's wrong with my? I think the network is kind of dodgy. So it's the network. The network is kind of bad. So this pawn is literally hanging. So just grab it. So he doesn't want to get fucked. So he like sacrifice the bishop and sacrifice the rook for the bishop. So just develop, get these pieces out, these pieces and these pieces and these pieces, get them out to the free pawn. Yeah, but that's just so we need to look for checks, captures and threats. This is a check. Can't cover. This is the only move. I think I have a checkmate. I think. Let's see, knight to g5. Can't come here. Can't come here because of the rook. That checkmate. Knight g5. Knight g5. If he plays h4 or d4 attacking the pawn, this is just checkmate. Can't come here. Can't come here. Can't come here. Can't come here because of the rook. Okay, yeah. This is just checkmate. Oh shit! I sacrificed my rook. Shit. I forgot about that also. I forgot about that. I didn't know that the rook or the knight was there. Sorry. But I'm still winning. The king is in the center, so a lot of things. So check, win the spawn, win everything. I made a very big mistake actually. Very big one at that, so let's spin this. Going to blunder or something. Check. We have knight to c5. He takes, I take the rook. We have knight to e7. Knight to e7. Sacrifice the f. Sacrifice the knight. So takes the rook in the corner. Good. So takes the pawn. This pawn, that pawn, all the pawns are going to be mine. So that's actually a very very nice sacrifice actually. He takes the pawn. I take I take the knight. and you can promote. Just see. You cannot just promote. You can't. You can't promote. You can't just promote. You can't promote, and I am winning. Although I boldly put myself in a losing position to show you how I converted this game into a winning position. So we're okay. So we have pawn. So he wants the queen, but no. Okay, that's good. Logical move. Logical move. Logical. And like you understand, I'll just push this pawns and that pawn. So every pawn is like just push, and push. So push one of the pawns and his flank pawn. In the end game, flank pawns are always very hard to stop. Like I even sack my rook for the knight, and yeah, he has no passer. Yeah, just keep the knight away. Just keep the rook away. And he just blundered the pawn in one move. The pawn that's supposed to carry him to glory, he blundered it in one move. One good move. Blunder the pawn. So these are 500 players. They play and they don't give up even if they're in a losing position, thinking that their opponent is going to blunder something. Although I really blundered a rook, but I managed to convert this position into a win. So now I'm going to push and get the queen. So I'll just push, and get a queen. So push. And even say if you attack my rook, I can just push, get a queen, defend my rook, and I'm just winning. And I have some discover check tactics, like something like okay. Sorry, check. You have discover check. This is discover check. When you know your pieces are behind the enemy king, like the enemy king like this, so you just there's another check and old fashioned ladder meets. Here we have this. Be careful not to stalemate actually. So we need to give the king some air, some space. So we need to give the king some space. So he's going to get laddered. Check. Mate. So that's just checkmate. So that's how you win against people like this. You win against them. So you don't just like you don't give up, because you know that they will eventually blunder. I thought that was checkmate after playing the knight b, but after that I later saw that the knight could take actually. I did not even see it. I'm just playing. My mind is just at the beginner level. You understand? My mind is just at the beginner level. So sorry about this. So my mind is just at the beginner level. So just e4, e5. Nice here. So you get the Vienna gambit. I gambit the pawn, but I just place 2 pawns in the center. You understand? You see, taking the pawn gone safe was a mistake by Stockfish. Starfish was saying, don't take, just develop and you're good and everything is fine. But my opponent decided to take the pawn, because if you understand that if you develop the knight towards the center, develop the knight towards the center, you see that is okay. It's equal. Look at it's equal. 0.22. Yeah, of course. Because white was white, of course. So, but it's not as bad as taking the pawn. It's not as bad because once you take the pawn, once you take the pawn like this, once you take the pawn, I put 2 pawns in the center, and I gain this pawn back. So whatever you do, maybe you develop the knight, you do everything. No. So got this, and that's even also a bad move actually. So takes, check. That's a bad move. I said it already. See that white is clearly winning. I win the back the pawn. I have check, castles check, and you can see I am clearly winning in this position. So if he doesn't do something random like bishop to 6s, I have like fucking the 9. The king can come here, the king can come here. The king can basically come here and just get fucked. Just fucked. And the funniest thing is that this will lead to checkmate very, very soon. So he decide to defend the rook in some manner. Take, take the pawn. The free pawn is actually free. So you have take the free pawn. I don't mind. I thought this was a checkmate. Not knowing that the knight can take, because I just like check and yeah, I'm losing, and it's equal, guys. It's equal. It's not like I'm losing, like it's equal. Minus 0.31, 0.3. So after takes is equal. So takes and yeah, and I blew up my lost. Yeah, yeah. See, I was losing, like completely lost. So now winning. Equal. Check. Sacrificed my knight, but it was a bad move because you can go back. It was actually a bad move, so it took. That was bad. You forgot that the rook was pinned, so just take to the pawn. Yeah, just winning. So you want to create a pass up, but obviously no. So we win the game. Yeah, just come back this into win. I think I should play on that game. Let me play on that game. On that game. Let's play the game. Okay, we get the white and the black pieces. There's another opening I want to choose for you. It's called the prep defense, where you put the pawn on d6 and put your knight on the f6 square. Then you have g6. You have bishop f. You have bishop g7 and stuff like that. So and it's a very, very solid opening. Check. You can block with the knight. You can block with the bishop. So solid stuff. Just block with the bishop. Pawn. Attack the bishop. The bishop goes back. Then fianchetto this bishop. At this point, because the dark square bishop is always bad on. It's always bad on f8 because you see pawns are blocking it. Yeah, it's blocked. It's blocked. So we need to like fianchetto the bishop here so that he can see more light. That the bishop can see more light. So that's like this. Then we castle. Just castle. Castle. And everything is nice. Everything is going well. Nice. It's going well. Good. Just kick out the knight. Whenever you see the half of the board, like you see, right? You see your own half of the board like this. Just kick it away. Yeah, just kick it away. If you can trade this light square bishop, normally in the back defense, the light square bishop is always like inactive. He's not doing anything because we really want to trade. So let's see what our opponent plays. Okay. Takes. Queen takes and okay. So there's no immediate way to punish the king and the king and the king and the queen on the same when they're on the same file. You understand? There's immediate way by rook playing rook to e8. Yeah, there is no like immediate punishment because the pawn is behind it. Assuming the pawn is not there, it's just disaster. So he tries to fianchetto his own bishop too, but I'm just faster. I'm faster because I I have no light square bishop, so I have to put my pawns on the light squares. Because I have to put my pawns on the light square because I don't have a light square bishop. Remember, if you don't have a light square bishop, you have to put your pawns on the light square so that you won't. You understand? Into it doesn't have light square bishop actually, but it's just a very very phenomenal stuff. So just and you have this suddenly big three. Yeah, you just have it. So you have a solid position. That's why I love the break defense. So solid. Okay, the knight moves. Just develop the other knight and push this pawn. And the knight is kind of trapped. Yeah, it's kind of trapped. We have to play h6. Then after them we now play. Yeah, just kind of trapped. H6 and the knight is trapped. Yeah, the knight is trapped. Because they're trapped. It's just take and the knight is kind of trapped. Yeah. You can't move the knight anywhere. And if you take here, you just lose the knight. So you just have to like follow principle. You have to play principle chess. So all these things is just theory. Okay. This traps the knight. The knight is trapped. The knight can't go anywhere. Can't go here. Can't go here. You have the pawn. That's why I played h6, h6. Yep, he has to give up the bishop for the pawn. So that's it. He just wants to, yeah. And like that, you're winning. So oh queen. Oh wow, that's really nice. But the thing is that I can't defend. The knight is there. I can defend with rook c8. Yeah, I can defend with rook c8 because I have some discovered attacks like something like this. Like this. If you take the knight, I take the queen. So let's see if he falls for it. And besides, I'm up 2 points of material. So let's see what our opponent is trying to cook up here. Okay. You see, so let's trade. So trade is the best. You trade so you can get a better position. So okay. So let's trade queens. Queens have to the knight defends. I don't know how to draw my arrows. The knight defends the queen. So that That's just it. He has to get a queen trade. Up 2 points of material. Okay, just trade. Trade. Good. And this pawn, after trading the queen, you know, the pawn, the queen was guarding. It's called like removing the guard tactic. You you remove the defender of this pawn or from a piece. So after trading the queen, the pawn is now weak. I can just simply take it because what's called it, because the queen was guarding the pawn. So it's like removing the guard tactic. Even this one too, he did not play like he doesn't play queen to d2. Yeah, he didn't play that. So I'll just take the pawn with check, and it's all over. Check. That's the rook. I just take the pawn, and I'm winning. I'm up 2 points of material. 2 points of material. Like 5. I'm up 4. Let's say 4 because the rook is. Yeah, of course. I made a mistake. What should I have played was supposed to be rook d8 because it pins the. Yeah, because the king cannot come. Yeah, that's just it. See, he noticed it, so I did not realize that, but it's also good. So we have check, check. You can come here. He has to go back like this. Okay, the other way is also fantastic. So then we have check. Do you have any checks? So I'm willing to like trade off a lot of pieces. So if it goes king to f1, so I just go here. He has to take. Okay, didn't take. He attacked my knight. Okay, just defend your knight. And you see that this bishop is on a long diagonal. Like it's like it's just so like so instructive. Like, and the more pieces you understand, the more pieces, and that's just checkmate. And the more pieces you trade, the more how it becomes. So if you like, let me give you an example. If you are up material, just trade as I just did in this game. Just trade. You have to trade. So it's a very simple and to simplify things. And he decide not to trade. He decide not to trade. Like, look at this. He has to take this and this. So he decide not to trade. Chichi. I'm coming, guys. This one. Right now. This one. Okay. What's that? IDs, Abby. This one. Okay. It's 100 naira. Yeah. But I should give you another one. Look at it, there is a Shola one. It's still the same thing. just that one is more bigger. Okay, I'm back. So the thing is, you have to trade because if you decide not to trade, you just make your position a lot worse. Like, look at this. The king has been cut off. We call it cut the king off. The king, so that the king has no escape squares. Like, you can't come here, you can't come here, you can't come here, you can't come here. So that's what I did. That's what I did, and that was simply a checkmate. Like, defend the knight. Even if I shouldn't defend the knight, I should have gone for the checkmate straight. I should have gone for the checkmate straight. Because the rule, he doesn't have time to, like, you understand, to take my knight. But I was just trying to be like playing simple chess. So that this, I defend my knight. He has nothing. He has nothing. The only thing he has to prevent the checkmate is like sack the rook and doesn't do anything. Maybe he has this, just yeah, and we relinquish that same checkmate threat. He has nothing. The king can't go anywhere. The king is stuck on the f1 square. So stuck. That's why I recommend the prep defense. Let's do the game review. Let's just do the game review. Yeah. Sorry, I'll get the unlimited this thing by tomorrow. So I have the very good opening. So please so slow and play the prep defense. So we block the check with the pawn. Fianchetto the bishop. The fianchetto bishop is always active in the peg defense. So active. Because the bishop on f8 is so dull. Like, so dull. Look at, he's behind the pawn. So we have to fianchetto the bishop. So that it can be active on another diagonal. That's why grandmasters loves bishops. Because they are very long range piece. You can be active immediately, but the knight you have to push a pawn before you can activate it to the square. But you, what else? Kilofe, come for you, Joe. Jọ mo ń ṣe nǹkan lọ́wọ́. So welcome back. Sorry, I need to attend to customers in my mom's shop. So a lot of customers are just coming left and right. So the fianchetto bishop is always very active. It's very active. So that's why grandmasters loves bishop. They love bishop because they are very, 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 very strong. Because they brought the theory that bishops are stronger than the knights because the knights are short range pieces. So let's continue. So we have these castles. So this is also a bad move. Like, bringing the knight here is also a very bad move. Like, what does knight do? What when you see the pieces, cash.
Is that cash?
How much, sir?
Like 5
No, sir. No, sir. Yeah, there's no cash. Yeah, there's no cash. So when you see, sorry by the disturbance. When you see your opponent's knight and your opponent's piece on your other half of the board, on your half of the board, and it has no no entrance. It has no entrance. It's called a bad move. Not like necessarily a bad move, but it's a mistake because I can just go here, attack it, and you can't go here. You just lose a knight. you just lose a knight. So you have to go back, and it's just like a waste of move. I count it as a waste of move, and I go here. I dominated this. I traded the light square bishops because the light square bishops are always bad in the break first. So this, and slowly but surely I dominated this position. Like, look at this trick. Look at the knight is gonna get trapped. I said it, that the knight is going to get trapped after takes. So look at the knight can come here. Yeah, it's gonna get taken. So that's why you have to play a6. Look at, if I don't play h6, sorry. See, if I don't play a6, I just play this direct. If I don't play h6, I play this direct. The knight has this square to escape to. Assuming there was h6, the knight will not. The knight will have not escaped. It's like a prevention move. Like in the last previous games, I said the prevention moves. So I have to play h6. Then now c5 is possible, and the knight is trapped. Sorry, just okay. So, and the knight is trapped. Seriously. Well, first I need to take on this pawn. So after takes, we have takes, and I need to take back, because if I don't take my play c5, he has an escape. He can just go back. Yeah. Although I'm winning, but I just wanted to trap the knight. When you see tactics like this, you don't let it slip away from your hands. You don't let it. You have to. Yeah. And I took, and this, and the knight is trapped. So he gave the bishop, and which is kind of bad for me. Yeah. Why do you want to give? You've given up. You've traded the light square bishop, and you also want to trade the dark square bishop also. Oh, no. It's bad. It's very, very bad, because I just takes and I have a bishop. I have two knights and I'm winning. So it's an interesting tactic I want to show you here. Yeah, this piece. It's called a discovered attack. Like, look at. He attacked my knight, and I played rook to c8, and you have b4, and look at this, knight a4, like potentially discovered attack. We call it the discovered attack. When your knight, I've said it in the previous game, when you have round is a discovered check, position is a discovered attack, because check is on the king, yeah. So it's a discovered attack. Because after I look at this, if he takes the knight, I take his queen, like simple stuff, right? I take the queen. Yeah, that's it, and I'm up a queen. So he had to draw the queen back, and I just trade since I'm up 2 points of 2 points of material. I just take, yeah, and I went for a queen trade. If you're up material, just trade. If he had taken, I will have advanced my knight to a very potent square. Very, very potent square, and my bishop on this diagonal is so dangerous. So dangerous. Very, very dangerous, actually. Very, very dangerous. So he didn't take. He played some random move. He played h4. I don't know what that does. Maybe you want to trap my knight, but I can just move it. So so it takes, and this is what they call the removing the guard tactic. You can see that the queen was guarding c3 before, like c3, yeah. So after I take the queen down, the pawn has to take, because if it doesn't take, it pushes this pawn, trying to trap my queen. I can just take this one, and I'm winning. So regardless whatever he does, he's just losing, like just making his position more hopeless. Like, yeah, just we have takes, and yeah, it's called removing the guard tactic. He had to play king to d2, yeah, and I had to go back. I had to play king to d2 because that pawn was hanging, so he had to protect it with his king. So he didn't do that. He played a random move. I took the pawn. I took another pawn. He played the right move at the wrong time. He played the right move at the wrong time. So you have to chess is just about order. You have to order it. Like it's like you have to like an alphabetical lane, yeah, an alphabetical lane. If it's not in order, if the move is not in order, you will lose. So play the right move at the wrong time. So what next? So and the rest is self-explanatory. So I traded pieces. I checked the king and checked the king also. The king has to go back. Yeah, and I trade rooks. Whatever I'm doing here is like I'm winning. Like he had to take, and yeah, I missed the opportunity. This is called a miss, by the way. I had to go to rook d1 as checkmate, but yeah, there's nothing he can do. The king is just stuck. The king can't move. The king can't move. The king can't move. I can block. Yeah, but I don't even need to take. I don't need to take. I don't even need to check. The king comes here. Just straight up winning. So he just play weird move and I got the checkmate. So this will be the end of our slow run. So thank you very much, and please smash the subscribe button. And I thank you all. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much. Thanks.